My name is Louise Annette Walker, and I am 92 years old. I have lived long enough to forget many things: where I left my glasses, what I ate for breakfast, the names of neighbors I've known for decades, but I have never forgotten him. It was 1952 in a small farming town in Vermont, where autumn arrives like a poem, slow, colorful, and full of meaning you don't understand until you're older. I was 18, the eldest daughter in a family that relied on me more than they ever admitted. My father's health wasn't good, my mother was working herself thin, and my two younger siblings shadowed me like ducklings. I didn't think about love. I didn't have the luxury. Then one crisp October afternoon, I saw him. He was gathering fallen apples by the fence between our farms. Tall, sun-browned, sleeves rolled up, hair the color of wheat. He glanced up at me, and for a moment everything inside me stilled. He smiled. It was shy, earnest, and it felt like the first warm day after a long winter. "Afternoon," he said. "I'm Daniel. My family just bought the Miller place." I tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. "I'm Louise. Welcome to Maple Hollow." We talked there by the fence about apples, weather, and the stubbornness of cows. It was the most ordinary conversation in the world, and yet my heart beat like it was learning a new rhythm. Over the next few weeks, we found excuses to meet at the fence. Sometimes he'd help me carry baskets. Sometimes I'd bring him warm bread my mother baked. But the best moments were the quiet ones, standing together, the wind stirring the red leaves around us, saying nothing at all. One evening he asked, "Do you ever wish life were different?" "All the time," I admitted, "but wishing doesn't milk the cows." He laughed softly. Then his face grew serious. "He think you deserve more than this town," he said. "You deserve to see the world." "No," I whispered. "I deserve to take care of my family. That's what love looks like." He looked at me in a way no one ever had, like he saw the girl beneath the duty. Our first real moment happened at the barn dance that November. The whole town came. Fiddles played, hay bales lined the walls, lanterns glowed like stars trapped in glass. I wasn't planning to dance. Someone had to help with the pies. But Daniel walked straight toward me. "Dance with me," he said. "I shouldn't," I whispered. "But do you want to?" he asked gently. I nodded. He took my hand, warm, firm, steady, and led me to the wooden floor. We swayed to a slow country tune, his hand on my waist, the scent of hay and warm cider around us. For the first time in my life, I felt light, like a girl, not a caretaker. When the music softened, he leaned close. "Louise, I think I'm falling in love with you." My breath caught. "I think I'm already there." He kissed me then, soft, trembling, full of hope. I didn't know that hope could hurt someday. But love cannot grow without being noticed. My mother saw the way I looked at him. My father heard rumors from the neighbors. They called me into the kitchen one evening. "Louise," my father said firmly, "you can't be running around with that boy." "He's not just that boy, he's a distraction," my mother cut in, "and we need you. Your siblings need you. We can't lose you to some farmhand who will take you God knows where." Their words struck harder than they intended. "I'm not planning to leave," I said, voice shaking. "We can't take that risk," my father replied. It wasn't anger I heard in his voice. It was fear. Fear of losing the daughter who held the family together. Fear of life changing. Fear I understood. But understanding doesn't make heartbreak easier. I tried to see Daniel the next week, but my father insisted I stay home. Chores doubled, responsibilities tightened around me like a rope. Daniel came to the house, but my father told him I wasn't available. I watched from the window as Daniel stood on the porch, shifting nervously, hope fading from his eyes. I wanted to run to him. I wanted to scream that I loved him. Instead, I stayed behind the glass. A few days later, I found a note tucked under the apple basket by the fence. "Please meet me tonight. I can't lose you without hearing you say goodbye. Daniel." I went. Of course I went. The moon lit the orchard in silver. Daniel stood there, shoulders tense, eyes filled with questions. "Why are you avoiding me?" he asked softly. "I'm not avoiding you. I'm being kept." He looked pained. "Then come with me, Louise. I'll work any job. I'll build us a life. Just come." Tears streamed down my cheeks. "I can't," I cried. "My family needs me more than I need happiness." He stepped forward. "I need you, too." I pressed my forehead against his chest. "I'm so sorry." He held me tightly, like he could keep me from slipping away. "Will you remember me?" he whispered. "I'll remember you every autumn." We kissed, desperate, trembling, final. The next morning, his family left town. He didn't come to say goodbye. He knew I wouldn't be allowed to. Life moved on. My father grew weaker. My siblings grew older. I married a dependable man years later, someone my parents approved of. He was kind. He gave me stability, but he never gave me that October feeling. Every autumn, when the leaves turned red and gold, I felt Daniel in the wind. And every time I bit into a crisp apple, I remembered the boy by the fence who loved me enough to offer me a new life, and the girl who loved him enough to let him go. When I was 73, I heard from an old neighbor that Daniel had passed away in another state, never married, no children, quiet to the end. For a long time, I sat alone in my yard, the autumn leaves falling around me like memories. I whispered into the wind, "I never forgot you." If I could speak to that 18-year-old girl standing under the golden trees, I would say, "You made the right choice, but that doesn't mean it won't hurt forever." That is my story. The story of the farm boy who gave me one perfect autumn and a lifetime of remembering him.